My name's Hazel Clark. I'm from Mountain Massage Company in the Lake District in the UK, and I'm going to take you through a quick mat-based abdominal challenge. If you're new to Pilates, if you're a complete beginner, we do have other videos taking you through lower level exercises and foundation level exercises. Okay, let's start off with our leg pull in prone prep series. So coming into your tabletop, we've got hands under shoulders, knees under hips, centre switched on, chin's tucked, back of the neck is long, and we're just going to tuck the toes and we're going to go for our level one. We're just going to float the knees off the mat, breathe into hold, and lower the knees back down. Let's go again. So shoulders are set back and down, and we're nice and still through the shoulders. You're long through the back of the neck. And I want you to imagine there's like a little thread coming out of your tailbone, and that's just pulling you up to the ceiling. So our hips go straight up, not forward. So we're going to have to brace through the shoulders, brace through the arms to stop ourselves from popping forward here. And if we want to add in the breathing, let's breathe in to prepare. Let's breathe out to float up. You can breathe in to hold. We can breathe out to lower. Let's do a couple more. Last one. So you can stay at that level, or we can walk the hands forward. So nothing else in the body changes, just going to walk the hands forward, probably about one hand length forward. And we're going to come into our next level of this exercise. So we're going to float the knees up, and then we're going to glide forward into that plank. Gliding back to the hover, lowering back down. Let's brace the shoulders, breathe in to prepare, make it nice and fluid, and breathe out. Let's float forward. Breathe in to hold. Let's breathe out, float back, and hover back down. Let's make it nice and soft and graceful. Breathe in to hold. Breathe it out. Hover those knees for just a fraction of a second before you relax them back down. Let's do a couple more. So the breathing is a really important part of Pilates. It helps to engage the tummy muscles, the deep core muscles, and our diaphragm a little bit. So really important part. Good, lovely stuff. Let's do one more for luck. Okay, so if you want to stay here or at level one, absolutely do so. Otherwise, let's add on, come into the full exercise. So hands stay where they are. We're going to float up, press forward. We're going to go for a little leg lift. So let's float up 1, 2, 3 times. Nice and still over to the other side. Should be feeling a few things working now. You can push back into a child's pose, release the hands at any time. Let's do a couple more. I'm going to start with the other leg this time. Body stays long, chin is tucked. We like to think of that little imaginary ball or imaginary kind of peach tucked under the chin, so we don't want to drop it and look forward, but we don't want to squash it. Lovely. Pushing back in between, that's your little rest there. Last one. Let's do once, twice, 3 times here. Release the hands if you need to. We're going to come down on the elbows now. So I've got a little plank kind of challenge here. So we're going to go for a few different variations. We'll build it up. Let's come in. So from our tabletop position, all I'm doing is kind of coming down onto my elbows first of all. Okay. So this is a nice kind of a half tabletop, isn't it? Let's call it a broken table, maybe ski slope. Okay. All we're going to do from here. First little level of this one, we're just going to step 1 foot back. Let's keep the body nice and still. We're going to step the other foot back. Let's just hold that plank just for a moment. And then we can step 1 leg back in and the other leg back in. So this is kind of taking a little bit of a short lever. So we're coming off of the wrists onto the elbows to just shorten the arms here. Eye gaze is down towards the floor. And this is just a nice variation if you're kind of working up to being able to do full plank. This is a nice one. You'll definitely feel the abdominals kicking in. You want to keep your body nice and still. So think about Setting the centre each time as we step out. Okay. We can make this a little bit more of a challenge if we shift the body weight forward to start with. So I've just kind of changed up the angle of my body. So this is already a little bit tougher on the abdominals, but this is going to be our rest position. So from here, we're just going to press through the heel and straighten the leg, press through the heel, straighten the leg up into our kind of full elbow plank, and lower it back down to here. So our rest position gets a little bit tougher because we're kind of just holding this kneeling plank here now. Let's go again. Let's breathe in to hold. So we could stay up there for a few breaths to make it that little bit more challenging for the last one. Let's breathe in and out here for maybe 2 or 3 inhales and exhales. Again, tummy's switched on, lumbar spine, no lower back, your tailbone is nice and long, chin is just gently tucked. Last one in, last one out. Just hold there, push back into a child's pose if you need to. We've just got our last variation of this plank. So all we're going to do is press back into the plank. Last little bit, guys. And we're just going to take the body weight forwards and backwards. This is a little bit of a modification of a reformer exercise that we do. So the big table thing behind me here, that's a Pilates reformer. And let's just move backwards and forwards. Last couple. Last one. Folding one knee, folding the other knee. Let's stretch back into that sort of modified child's pose. Allow the wrists to roll, allow the arms to stretch, allow the breathing to come back down. So that's a little quick abdominal challenge. Hope it's given you a few ideas. Feel free to do that one a few times or add that into some of the other videos that we've got on our channel. Thank you and Merry Christmas.